Hi YouTube, this is vidhead85 and I am going to tell you about a few of my favorite YouTubers. First I'm going to give a shout out to TYT, a gay collab, Dan, Blair, Russ, Paul, and Josh. See, I remembered all 5 of you. Dan, I like simply just because he's Dan. You know, Dan is just cool. He's just Dan, really. I really don't think you can say much more than that. Blair is really adorable. I think that he is just really cute, and he's very he's got depth that that you can see that he's a very thinking, calculating kind of person. He seems like he's in his own world a lot, but he makes sense of everything outside of him too. Josh I like because Josh is just Josh. He's more on the opposite side of Blair. He seems very extroverted. But he also seems like he's just very comfortable with himself, and you have to admire that. Ross, I really like Ross because he's cool. He has a sense of humor that I like, that I tend to also gravitate toward. Although I have to say I haven't seen many of his videos as of late, but I don't know. That's not a dig at Ross because Ross is awesome. And I'm missing someone. Paul, the gay comic geek. Paul is a really cool fellow. I would love to go to a comic book convention and meet him. I'd have to go in a Star Trek uniform or something like that. That would be probably the extent of where I'd go as far as a Comic-Con or a cosplay. But hell, I might even dress up as Robin Hood or something like that, you know, like actually be one of those characters that I've always wanted to be in you know, in cosplay, which is, you know, kind of like rediscovering childhood all over again for me. So let me get to some of my favorite YouTubers. I've only got 13 minutes left, but I'm going to try and make it under 10. First, I want to talk about someone to shout for. Someone to shout for, his name is Brandon, and then Luang Legacy also, who were both on A Gay a Day. And someone to shout for as Brandon, he's just really cool, laid back, just really cute kid too. He's very subtle, and that's what I like, because I am. When somebody was telling me that, oh, being gay is wrong, I was like, what, and that also strikes me as something that Brandon might probably do. You know, it's a subtle way of saying, I don't want to hear your bullshit. And I remember when I first saw one of his videos, it was about stop hating on the feminine gays. And I don't remember much about that video, but simply, this is how I feel. If one person expresses their masculinity in one way and another is more feminine, then his expression is of his masculinity, or his expression of himself isn't better, it's just different. Luang Legacy also, as I discovered his video also, and he was Bon Qui Qui, black woman trapped in a Vietnamese boy's body in Texas. And what I really liked about him was he was just himself. His videos are hilarious. Dick Snap and Turtle, I remember one of them was rape prevention. Put it in my mouth. There you go. But Voiceless Diva is one that I really loved from him because he said he was just the whole video was just hilarious. You got to see it. But one of them I remember from his AGAD channel is when The Breakfast Club. Now, someone to shout for, Brandon, he played the Prince, and Luang Legacy was the jock. Now, Luang didn't know that it was a movie, and that he had to watch it and play the part of the jock. So he was like, you know what, I could do this jock thing or whatever. So he put on a football jacket, or like a starter jacket like thing for football players. And he was like, yeah, I stayed in math 1 because I was number 1. And see this little football, and he threw it, and the camera fell over. So of course he edited that back out. And he said, yeah, and I had sex with a bunch of come on, Luang, you can do this. Girls. And I kind of wonder if that was a stunt or if he actually could say it or whatever. But either way, it was pretty. It made for pretty funny. It was pretty funny. So someone to shout for, definitely subscribe to him. Okay, it just got darker. Someone to shout for, definitely subscribe to him. Luan Legacy, subscribe to him because he is just amazing. The other one is Paul the Gay Comic Book Geek. I expounded a little bit, but I also looked at his blog, and his blog is pretty cool. And you should see his boyfriend, and he, when they're in cosplay, or in costumed rather, I'll say costumed. They're both pretty hot, actually. And I remember seeing him on an episode of Taj.0 at the end, kissing his boyfriend. I thought that was pretty cute that they put that in there. Somebody shared it on Facebook, and I liked it. I'm like, yeah, because I mean, it's just a kiss. It's couples do that. And in fact, I remember one time Daryl and I, we were holding hands, and traffic was coming toward us, and so many people stopped, and I'm like, you haven't seen two guys hold hands before? And like, really? The next one I want to go to, Paul is awesome, especially I want to one day be able to see I want to see his whole toy collection. He's got He-Man, I'm sure, and all these other things. I would love to maybe see them all, and all of his comic books. If he ever he could probably start a comic book library, which he probably wouldn't, because you can't trust people to take out comics and bring them back. Unless even the library has troubles with that. So, but Paul is awesome. Paul is awesome, and if anything, I wouldn't mind going to a Comic-Con dressed up as Robin Hood, or some other kind of. I would start with the classical hero as a base for what I would want to do. If I were to dress as a superhero, that I would create. They would definitely have telekinesis and super strength, because I want to be able to move shit and punch people and, well, not exactly kill them, but just hurt them really bad, bad guys. But of course they're super strong too, so I'd have to be matched as well. I would like to find my Moriarty. So coming from the comic book geek onto Are You Surprised? Are You Surprised? The first video I ever saw of his was when he was coming out to his dad, and it was really woo. That's all I could say, because he was he wasn't even looking at the phone as he was having this conversation, and I can imagine how hard it was for him. And it was in April 2011, before Don't Ask, Don't Tell was officially repealed, and it was just one of those really amazing moments, where, they were like, oh yeah, we still love you, hey, it's no big deal. So that was really cool. And also he does a lot of exercise too, which is great, because I love exercise. And in fact, I should do it this morning, but I think I may postpone it to this afternoon, but I think I'm well enough to do it this morning. So, and then one time he also did a shopping video as well, which was pretty cool. I want to get to Kind of Gay blog too. I remember the first thing I noticed about him was his eyes. His eyes are really bright and everything. And he also has facial hair, good facial hair, the one that is GQ kind of facial hair. But it's really cool because a lot of his blogs, he has a blog, and he has a lot of videos that deal with questions like, do you feel more at home with straight friends or gay friends? Me personally, gay friends, because I have most of my friends are gay. I really feel awkward with straight people talking about what I did over the weekend and everything, because they're just gonna probably look at me like I have three heads, or I'm a Cerebrus or something, or a Hydra, which I'll leave that alone. But I liked his blog, especially his coming out story, because of the fact that he was talking a lot about what he did to cover up the pain, which was drink. And me, my vice is food. That's how it is with me. But what I liked was that he was so real. He's always been so real, and you could just tell that he's just pouring his heart out. And that's what I like in a YouTuber. All the YouTubers, some to shout for, Luan Legacy, Are You Surprised? The Gay Collab channel, and again, I may have said it about Blair, but if Blair doesn't think he's adorable, he's delusional. They're just real, and that's what I like about them. Getting on to the last, but definitely not least, these two men have been amazing. But they've also been real. The fact is, before seeing Depp Fox, I never knew that a couple could be openly gay and have adopted. I knew that you could adopt, but I had never seen that happen before. Not, of course, I would never be in the room, but I've never seen a couple go through much of what I've seen Depp Fox go through in the last 2 years. 2 years. It's been 2 years. I remember one time Jay said something about question 1 in Maine, and to Davey Wavy, and like something happened where like Davey Wavy blocked him, and he was really mad. And Jay is definitely Mama Bear. I love Jay. He's a police officer too. Police officer Mama Bear, but that's cool. He has a heart of gold. And how can anyone look at that family, Jay, Brian, Daniel, and Selena, and not see something that is beautiful and something that is good? If you don't, you just don't have a heart. Daniel had a brother that was adopted away from him, and in California it's 1 year that they get to then separate one sibling from another, and it was coming up on a year, and the foster family wanted to adopt Selena, but would leave Daniel to the as a foster child. Jay said that when he saw Daniel and Selena, he said, "Those are our kids." And then Brian was a little hesitant or whatever, which I can kind of see that. I could easily see Daryl saying, "These are our kids," and then I could see myself saying, "Well, they haven't been placed. Nothing's happened yet. So how do you know that they're our kids?" But Jay and Brian have really been amazing. But they're no different from you or me. But they're just doing what anybody would do to help. They've got big hearts. I believe they have one of the babies, baby Nicholas. I hope baby Nicholas is doing well. But there are so many things, so many different people that have come in their lives and gone, and I've seen them deal with some deaths, and even a vigil for the Iranian boys that were killed. I lit a candle also. But they're doing what they can, and that's all we can ask for of anyone. And Depp Fox has, in fact, Deputy Foxworthy, Jay's reason that's the whole Depp Fox mystery for anybody who doesn't know. Because Jay's last name is Foxworthy, but he took on the few after he got married. But that's a long story that you'll see in the videos why that is. But I really enjoy their videos because they're just a real family. And I know that I can have that now. I know that it's possible for me. So these are some of my favorite YouTubers, and there's so many more, like Sean Chapin. His parodies are great, such as Videos TYT, Young Turks. There are just so many, and even so many that I haven't even described, like XY Power Pop. I really like him too. I haven't seen him posting a lot. That Thai Kid 24. I did see an update from him, which was cool. He's engaged, and so is one of his friends or his sister. I'm not sure. But the reason why I think that these YouTubers show the spirit of the It Gets Better videos, because it doesn't only get better, but you get stronger too. So YouTube, you have yourself a great day. I'm trying to find my mouse here, so I can click off the video. But thank you very much for watching.